Good morning, dear students. So in today's class we are going to discuss about electromagnetic radiations. So it was James Maxwell who suggested that when an electrically charged particle is accelerated, alternating electric and magnetic fields are produced and are transmitted in the form of waves. Okay, so what he said, when an electrically charged particle is accelerated, when it is in accelerated means when it is in motion, it produces some electric and magnetic field and they are transmitted in the form of waves. So such waves are called electromagnetic waves, or it is also known as electromagnetic radiations. Okay, next, if we see the nature of light, okay, two theories were proposed to explain the nature and propagation of light. What are the two theories, children? Wave theory of light and corpuscular theory of light. Yes, so first we discuss about wave theory of light. So according to the scientist Hagen, light travels in the form of waves from luminous object in all directions. So for example, any light, if you switch on the light, it can move in all directions. So light is nothing but luminous body, and in the same way sun is also a luminous object, isn't it? It emits some light, okay, that is also in the form of light energy. So Maxwell proposed that the electrical and magnetic field produced by oscillating charged particle are perpendicular to each other and are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. So what he said, so when light is emitting from a luminous object, it travels in a form of waves, okay, and it consists of both electrical and magnetic field. It consists of both electrical and magnetic field, and which are perpendicular to each other, and they will be perpendicular to the path of light or the propagation of light or propagation of wave. So here the vertical component of wave indicates the change in the strength of the electric field, and the horizontal component of wave indicates the change in strength of the magnetic field. So you can clearly see the red marked one is magnetic field and this blue one is electrical field. Understand, children? And the point maximum in upward displacement, the point which is maximum in upward displacement is crest, and maximum downward displacement is called trough. So this is a wave which consists of both electric field and magnetic field. The wave which is having highest or maximum upward displacement is called crest, and maximum downward displacement is called trough. So the wave may be considered as a disturbance which originates from the vibrating source, and it travels in a continuous sequence of alternating crest and troughs. Understand, children? So the wave may be considered as a disturbance which originates from a vibrating body, and it travels as a continuous sequence of crest and trough. Yes, so if we see some properties of light is a part of electromagnetic radiation. That means light consists of both electromagnetic radiations. So the radiation that are produced by electrically or magnetically are called electromagnetic radiations. So the radiations are perpendicular to each other. They travel with a speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 centimeter per second, or 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. This is 3 into 10 to the power 10 centimeter second, or 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So unlike a sound and water waves, electromagnetic radiations or electromagnetic waves do not require any medium for their propagation. Okay, from sun to the earth, the radiations were carried, okay, without any particles are present between the sun and the earth. Isn't it? In a space there is no air, no gases, nothing. But here, how the sun radiations are reaching the earth, in the same way light also do not require any medium. So they can move even in vacuum. So some characteristic properties of this electromagnetic radiations we are going to see. First one is wavelength. So what do you mean by wavelength, children? So the distance between two successive crests or two successive trough is called as wavelength. So what is the distance between these two successive crest or successive trough is called wavelength. If you see its units, SI units, 1 angstrom 1 angstrom equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meters or 10 to the power minus 8 centimeters. 1 nanometer equal to 10 to the power minus 9 meters or 10 to the power minus 7 centimeters. So here angstrom and nanometer we are converting into meters and centimeters. Next, 1 picometer equal to 10 to the power minus 12 meters or 10 to the power minus 10 centimeters. Understand, children? And 1 centimeter equal to 10 to the power 8 angstrom. So already we have wrote here, isn't it? So 1 centimeter equal to 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter or 10 to the power minus 4 micrometer or 10 to the power minus 7 nanometer. So the definition and these units are very important. So try to memorize these units. And next comes to frequency. So what do you mean by frequency? So the number of waves that passes through a given point in 1 second. The number of waves that passes through a given point in 1 second is called as frequency. Yes. So how many waves are producing in one unit or in a given point is in 1 second is called its frequency. It is denoted by the Greek letter nu. Okay, and its SI unit is hertz. So look at here. Frequency and wavelengths are inversely proportional to each other. That means what? If frequency increases, wavelength will be decreases. If wavelength increases, frequency will be decreases. So look at here, in a river they are having small waves and it is also having long waves. So when the water is having small waves, the boat can easily move, isn't it? So it is having very short length. That means it is having high frequency. So when in a river they are having high waves, okay, they will be having high wavelength. This is okay, they are having high wavelength and it is having low frequency. So this is the difference between frequency and wavelength, how they are inversely proportional to each other. Understand, children? So shortest wavelength have highest frequency and highest wavelength have shortest or low frequency. So comes to the SI unit. SI unit is hertz. Lambda nu equal to C. And one thing here, wavelength is denoted by letter lambda. Okay, this is lambda. So here lambda nu equal to C. What do you mean by C? C is nothing but speed of propagation of wave. So nu equal to C by lambda you can write, or lambda equal to C by nu also you can write. Next comes to velocity. What do you mean by velocity? So the distance traveled by a wave in 1 second. So how much distance it is traveling in 1 second, it is called its velocity and it is denoted by letter C. So what I said, the distance means it may be meters or centimeters. And how much time in 1 second I said. So that is why the units will come as a centimeter per second or meter per second. You can write centimeter second inverse or meter second inverse. So what is the velocity of light? Velocity of light equal to 3 into 10 to the power 10 centimeter second inverse or 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second inverse. And next comes to wave number. What do you mean by wave number? So how many number of waves are produced in 1 unit length is called its wave number. So how many waves are produced in 1 unit length? In 1 unit length is called its wave number and it is denoted by letter nu bar. Yes, and its units is centimeter inverse or meter inverse. And it will be reciprocal to wave number. That means wave number increases, the wavelength will be decreases. So wave number equal to 1 by wavelength. Wave number equal to 1 by wavelength. What do you mean by wave number? Wave number is nothing but number of waves produced in 1 unit length is called its wave number. What do you mean by wavelength? The distance between two successive crests or trough is called wavelength, isn't it? So here wave number is reciprocal to its wavelength. Wave number equal to 1 by wavelength. So the formula will be nu bar equal to 1 by lambda or lambda equal to 1 by nu bar. Next comes to amplitude. What do you mean by amplitude? The highest of the crest or the depth of the trough is called its amplitude. The distance between this normal to the crest height and the normal to trough height. Okay, the height of the crest or the depth of the trough of a wave is called its amplitude and it is denoted by letter A. The amplitude determines the strength, intensity and the brightness of the radiation. Next comes to energy. So energy of light is directly proportional to its frequency nu. What is energy? Energy of light is directly proportional to its frequency nu. So E is directly proportional to nu. To remove this proportionality constant, I have written H. So E equal to H nu, where H is nothing but Planck's constant. So nu equal to C by lambda. Nu equal to C by lambda, that equal to C nu bar. And again E equal to what we wrote here, H mu, that equal to Hc by lambda. Nu is nothing but C by lambda. So this one I am substituting here. E equal to H nu. In the place of nu I am writing C by lambda, H C by lambda, that equal to H C nu bar. What are its units? Its units are kilocalories per mole. Why energy no? So that is why calories. So kilocalories per mole or kilojoules per mole. Its SI unit will be joule per mole. So that's all for today's class. In tomorrow's class we are going to see electromagnetic spectrum. Thank you, children.